From space, the Earth seems minuscule in contrast to the universe around it. However, in a population filled with 7 million people, there are endless activities in our everyday lives. With so much going on around us, it is almost instinctive to multitask in our daily lives. We do this in the way we think, the way we communicate, and even in the way we conduct our everyday tasks.
So what is multitasking?
The very definition of multitasking is to do two or more things at the same time.
When thinking about multitasking, different people have different views. Some believe that it saves time and increases productivity when done effectively. By switching between multiple tasks, it keeps us from being bored, stimulates our creativity, and allows us to cope better with distractions. On the other hand, others believe this may compromise the quality of work performed and drain out our energy. Rather than focusing on what we should be doing, we may become distracted. For example, when you're talking on the phone while operating your vehicle, you are in fact shifting your attention away from driving. Therefore, various policies have been made with regards to multitasking. For example, many countries such as Australia, Malaysia, the United Kingdom, and even Hong Kong have legislated laws to restrict the usage of handheld phones while driving.
From psychological and biological research studies, it was found that there are 3 factors affecting a person's ability to multitask. Firstly, in a pressured environment, one may multitask more efficiently and effectively. Thus, it doesn't only depend on the capacity of a person's brain. Secondly, there is the personal factor. People show a greater ability to multitask if they have a stronger willingness to do so, or if the actions are their habits. Thirdly, biologically speaking, gender could make a difference to people's multitasking ability. Compared to men, women require less brain power to multitask and therefore are better multitaskers. To find out whether this is the case, the aim of this project is to investigate the relationship between gender and the ability to multitask. We would also like to investigate Hong Kong people's perceptions of multitasking. With the research question, does gender make a difference in terms of people's ability to multitask? We hypothesized that there will be no difference between the two sexes. We examined people's perception and measured their ability of multitasking. We selected a range of participants of different ages to better represent the population of Hong Kong. Do you think you are a good multitasker?
I get distracted easily, so yes and no.
I think I'm pretty good multitasker.
Well, on average.
No.
How often do you multitask?
Every day at the lab.
Every day, every hour.
At least a few times a day.
Constantly.
Do you think it is a good thing?
It's necessary when you're a student. It's useful.
It would be a good thing because if I was better able to multitask, I could manage all of these things that happen.
Who is better at multitasking, women or men?
I don't think I've ever recognized a gender difference with multitasking.
Man.
Women.
I think just women do more tasks at home, right? So they're always juggling, lots of different housework.
We also sent out questionnaires via email with multiple choice questions to obtain more responses regarding people's personal views on multitasking.
We then invited the above interviewees as well as other selected participants through convenient sampling to participate in the following experiments. The purpose was to find out whether there is a positive or negative relationship between gender and their multitasking ability. Our first experiment relates to the physical aspect of multitasking. Each participant had to play an online multitasking game which involves the control of the arrow and WASD keys on keyboard. This game constitutes more than one mini-games, in which an additional mini-game would be added one at a time when they passed the previous level. After playing 3 times, their scores were recorded and averaged. A t-test was then conducted to test the significance of the results. To create a more comprehensive study, our second experiment is designed to test people's cognitive multitasking ability. The same participants were asked to complete a word search on types of fruits while answering single-digit math questions verbally within 2 minutes. The number of correctly answered questions and words found were added up to form the final score.
For experiment 1, the differences in score between individuals of the two gender groups are huge, ranging from approximately 20 to 90. Evaluating the box and whisker diagrams with the average scores indicated as crosses, the 10-score difference between average scores seemed to reflect that male scored slightly higher than female. An independent sample t-test was conducted to compare the gender differences in multitasking ability. The calculated t-value 2.74 is less than the critical value, meaning that the difference between male and female's ability to multitask does not have a significant difference. Moving on to experiment 2, a similar method was applied, with the average scores having a similar range from around 15 to 30. Results from the t-test further support the no gender difference hypothesis. The calculated t-value is even lower than the critical value, again confirming our initial hypothesis. To sum up, in both physical and cognitive multitasking experiments, results indicate that gender does not affect the ability to multitask. However, there are some limitations to our study. Participants from CTU community are not a comprehensive representation of the Hong Kong public. As improvement, random sampling should be used to cover a wider range of the general population. Moreover, other factors such as participants' field of study or work, or whether they are frequent game players or not, may also influence participants' performances. Their education background and lifestyle may also affect their results.
Based on our findings, there is no significant relationship between the multitasking ability of the two genders. Additionally, in regards to the public's perception surrounding multitasking, a majority of people find the ability to multitask positive. Most people believe that it is beneficial because multitasking could help people save time.